Yo, yo, yo. It is Thursday night. I'm High Five Vega. I do car audio things, nonsense, all that stuff. And I'm joined by a guy who has a small channel you might have heard of once before, Five Star Car Stereo. His name's Dean Bayette. He wears toe shoes. He likes zip ties. And I would say long walks on the beach, but it's more like long runs in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I hate the beach. I do. I truly hate the beach. I don't know why people like the beach. I mean, yeah, I know how much you love the beach.
Yeah.
And
It's because we don't have the beach.
well, I feel the beach is just wasted on me anyway. So like,
Yeah.
it's I don't know.
You always want
Sand.
what you don't have. Like you went on vacation a couple years ago to the mountains. We
Yeah.
got like many mountains around here, so I don't long for the mountains that much.
I don't long for the mountains either. That was a Haley thing.
Yeah.
I honestly could have cared less. I mean, it.
What's your ideal location? Just the city.
Someplace dark and cold where I can sleep.
Oh, like a dark room, like a photo dark room.
It's just dark, just dark. Like you can't tell what time it is. You just like catch up on all the sleep in the world. You wake up and you don't feel guilty. Like there's daylight. I should be doing something.
Well, there's a problem. When you're a YouTuber, you're always guilty that you're not doing something.
I'm actually looking forward to tomorrow because the girls are going away for the day.
Yeah.
And I've scheduled me time. I'm like, I'm not doing shit.
Yeah.
You know, because we've been going at it, and we got a ton of crap coming up. Dean loves the beach and Thanksgiving morning. I do love the beach. I love doing that show. Hands down, no kidding. Like when we came up with that idea, we're like, this is the dumbest thing ever. But I was like, it was a crappy cold winter up north, and I was like, you know what? I think I have this idea, and it's gonna be stupid, and we just have a blast doing it. Haley hates it, because she's like, I don't, I'm like, honey, at this point, these guys know you're coming. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's just something fun to do. And it's just a fun show. I mean, if we talk about car audio, great. If we don't, who cares,
It's become like a tradition for me now. For the last 3 years, I've watched it because nobody eats till noon or whatever.
Yeah,
so
well, that was the idea. It was like, listen, we can get up in the morning. We'll do this at 10 o'clock, which is like 7 o'clock West Coast time. Most people are up anyways.
Yeah.
The games haven't started yet. There's really nothing going on. So, it was like, to me, it was a great idea. I thought it was cool. And, there was one winter where it was crappy here and foggy and you couldn't see nothing. It was like, well, there's a beach back there.
Yeah. You
like,
can't see it. Trust us, bro. There's a beach back there.
Yeah.
What's up, Scott?
What's up, Scott? Dean, I haven't missed the Turkey Day live yet. I know, Bobby. I know. That's why we love you.
Yeah.
But no, we had a great time. Actually, it was funny. Thanksgiving, that show was the first time I think we had 1,000 viewers.
Oh, really?
On a show. Yeah, it was that show.
Dude, like that's so 1,000 viewers in a car audio stream. That's pretty intense.
They've since corrected these issues.
Yeah.
They've changed the way they Facebook or YouTube changed the way their analytics are done now. So
yeah.
It's totally different from how it used to be. Which is to say, who knows what it would be by today's analytic standards, but back in I think the beginning of the year, sometime this year, they changed what was considered an actual view.
Right.
So like your numbers changed drastically. It was like, oh, because it was like your count stayed the same, but your total overall views. And I was like, what the frick? And yeah.
Oh, so you're saying for views for a stream, not live viewers?
Oh, live viewers, no.
Oh, okay. I was
slow
like,
down,
dude, that's intense.
That would be insanity.
Yeah.
That would be insanity. Like, no. It was just total. Yeah. It was total view.
That's why I was like, why is this dude downplaying this right now?
No.
Yeah.
Like, no, we average our view rate was the same. Our average like people that were on was the same. I mean, our show does okay. Our live show does okay.
Yeah.
We were John Myers and I were talking about that, and it was like, oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, you get 10 million questions.
He goes, I thought it'd be bigger, and I was like, dude, it's car stereo on YouTube.
It's, right.
You know, slow it down.
I think people get confused and they're comparing like what's happening in car audio to like a tech, like an Apple blogger
or anything other than car audio.
Right. And it's like, dude, it's like, just put it in context. The biggest YouTuber in car audio there is Steve Mead. Still hasn't got over 1 million, and he's literally like the godfather of YouTube car audio stuff.
Yeah.
So
you know,
I mean,
and then you look at EXO, who like, he's the craziest dude out there. Yeah. And like he's doing like RC cars and building his house, and he's just all over the place. And like no.
Yeah.
And
dude,
you know,
shout out to his like EXO's editing. When you just watch like his videos, the way he plans his shots and his editing, dude, it is the people don't deserve it. That's what I'm gonna say. They don't deserve the editing time he puts in. You can really see it.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaker size is the community topic this week. It's 6.5. It's always 6.5. The biggest problem. Okay, so if we're gonna talk about speaker size, okay, go ahead.
Do you tell her it's 8s though? Do you tell her 8s?
It's always 2 inches.
Yeah.
Well, what I always say to people when they go, "Are those 12s?" I go, "No, they're 10s. You must have a really big penis."
That's
you
a good one.
You can't tell the difference between a 10 and a 12. She's lying. But so if you talk about speaker size right off the bat, I'm as irritated as ever with these speaker manufacturers, because like all of a sudden small speakers are in again, like 3.5s, 2.5s, 4-inch.
Right.
These are all speakers that are becoming like regurgitated all of a sudden, and these manufacturers are not keeping up with this, and they keep putting out 6.5s and tweeters, and it's like, you can't take out a 3.5 in the dash of a Chrysler,
right,
and put a tweeter in there and expect this guy to be happy, because it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You can do it. You can do it. And some guys will love it because it's what they're used to, where it's just like ooch, ooch, ooch. And they're like, yeah, okay, that's cool. But, you know, if the guy's been driving the car for a while and it's like the only thing missing, like in a Dodge.
Yeah.
That's a 3.5 in the dash. But the only thing missing from it is treble, because it's just a dual cone or a dome.
Does it even have? It don't have the whizzer on it?
There's no whizzer. It's not even a whizzer, man. And
damn.
And in the premium systems, like the HK systems, it's like a 2 3/4. It's still a 3.5-inch pad, but the speaker's like a 2 3/4 with a real shitty tweeter in the center of it. But at least it has a tweeter. The Alpine system doesn't. But if you pull that 3.5 out and you just put a tweeter in there, it's like, where did all the sound go?
Yeah, you like lost something in translation when you do that.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you could go with a high frequency tweeter up there that plays down to 22, 2.2K. But if you got a 3.5 up there that's playing down to 350 or 400, that's still a freaking parking lot of sound that you're really hoping those mid bass are gonna throw up onto the dash.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do some extra tweaking in that.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, the simple solution, just build a tweeter pod on the No, because now we've just added another $800 to $1,000 to the install price. It's like, or crazy idea, make me a speaker.
Right, exactly.
And the reality is I can't sell everyone Illusion C3s. As much as I'd love to sell, it's like, I have a solution for this. It's an Illusion C3. And they're like, $750, $800. And you're like, what do you got that's a little cheaper?
Yeah.
It's like, I need a good, like, $300 3.5, or a $500 set of 3.5s with a 6.5 or a 6x9.
What's like the go-to right now for that size? Like,
dude, there isn't, man.
There's
nothing great. I sell a lot of the Kenwoods, a lot of the C3 Kenwoods, because they're just at a really good price. And Kenwood makes the 3.5 with the 6x9, which is great. They're like the only company that does that.
Yeah.
And then the others, like a lot of the times, if like we need something better than that, we're stealing pieces. Like we're just robbing parts out of stuff and I just sit there and go, I don't understand this.
Why
like,
we do
I just legit don't understand. Where are my 6-inch mid bass? Where are my 6x9-inch mid bass? Like, you know, when I was at Orlando with Lori from Kicker, I was like, come, let's because their booth is like a grocery store.
Yeah.
Okay, I hate it. I hate it with a passion. They know it. They love it. It's okay. I hate it. But the reason why they love it worked good for my bitch fest at that point in time, because it was like, okay, take this speaker and this speaker, put them in a box. Take this speaker, put them in a box. Take this speaker and this speaker, sell them in their own boxes. You know?
Yeah.
I'm like, this, make better. You know? And it was like you have everything. A la carte is the way to go. Please, for the love of God.
Bring it back.
You know,
well, like, they heard you, and they gave us the snowman.
No, they didn't hear us. They didn't ask anybody about that. They asked nobody about the snowman.
Yeah,
it just showed up on somebody's doorstep. And
the
then
snowman could be awesome.
Dude, my first call to them was, "Hey, what are we pairing that up with?"
Yeah,
and they're like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "I need a 6-inch mid bass, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm gonna put it on a kicker key, like you're saying." Where's my 6-inch mid bass? I'm not going to put a KS coaxial in the door, and I don't need a set of components because what am I going to do with the tweeter?
Stock, bro. Stock.
And then the answer was, well, you can buy them bulk from warranty. Why would I do that? Like, who's doing that? Like, nobody's doing that.
And especially if like a customer comes in, they're not. You can sell them on it, but they're not coming in thinking like, I'm gonna get this and this.
Yeah, they don't know. They have no idea.
Right.
You know, the new Broncos have like a 4-inch in the dash and a 6-inch in the kick, and it's like.
I heard those new Bronco systems kind of suck.
Oh, they're horrible.
Stock ones, are they?
They're horrible.
Like even car reviewers, like YouTube car reviewers.
I listened to one today, and I was just like, "There's nothing." This is the worst ever.
Well, it's like so when someone that's not even like an audio person, someone that would be really highly impressed by just a slightly premium system, is saying that it's bad. You know something's up. You know it's truly bad.
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny though because we're not seeing a lot of. I know some guys that are getting them here and there,
right?
But we're not seeing a lot of them. Yeah, BO is terrible.
Yeah, I hate it. Body odor, the worst. Do not recommend.
Got to shower. Do not recommend. Shower frequently. Now, if Amp would just hurry up and bring out their BO adapter, their Amp Pro, that would be wonderful.
What cars have the BO system?
Oh, Fords.
Okay.
But we've just been waiting anxiously for theirs. But it's a chip problem. Believe it or not, that's still a thing.
We're still doing that.
It's still so. Here's what most people don't understand. So the chips are not readily available, and the ones that are super expensive. But what's happening is they are making chips, but they're allocating chips. So what'll happen is, you'll get you'll get your back order filled.
Yeah.
Okay. And you made the mistake of ordering like 100 radios. Okay. And so if you weren't smart enough to cancel your back orders, they're all going to show up. And then you freak out because you got 100 radios. What most dealers don't understand is that those are the only 100 radios you're going to get.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it for 6 months, because it's going to be another 6 months before we come back around and get the allocation again for those chips.
Right.
So like Exelon, like the 9 Series Exelons, there are no new 9 Series Exelons. They showed the new 9 Series Exelon at the XR 9 Series at MasterTech Expo, and I think we showed it at Vegas Knowledge Fest. And, you know, we did the tour, like we were on the backside and showed it, and the short chassis and all that stuff. Not going to see it till next year.
Dang.
It's totally been out it.
And then someone will have 100 of them.
And then you'll get 100 of them. But here you go. Fuck. You know, because we that's what happened to us. We got a ton of them in, and it was like, crap, you know. And I was like, whoa, slow down. It's okay. If we can sit on them, because like there won't be anything else in a month and a half, 2 months. They'll be dried up. It'll be another next quarter. We get it's like quarterly shipments now. It's really messed up.
Wow.
Dean's thoughts on putting 6x9 components, 6x9 and 2 3/4 of the dash and getting A pillars. I mean, yeah, I guess, but like, why? Just put the. I mean,
yeah, they already got the spots.
You got a Dodge. Just 3.5, top of the dash. Really nice pair. 6x9 mid base, the bottom of the door.
Yeah, get the illusions, Bobby. Maybe set.
No, he's gonna get the kicker KS.
Obviously, you already know where he's going.
Which I'm fine with because that's a great speaker. I mean, honestly, the CS is freaking awesome. Like balling on a budget, the CS just kills it. Like you didn't pay for that sound, hands down.
What percentage of stereos are you guys putting in on installs? Like, do you just random off the top of your head?
You mean like just putting radios in cars?
Like, well, a system with a radio included.
Oh. I mean, I want to say it's probably 50-50.
Oh, really? Wow. I didn't expect it
yeah, because we still do a ton of radios.
Wow.
A ton of radios. The problem is, what you got to keep in mind when replacing a radio, it's expensive. Okay,
right.
So the parts to put the radio in typically are going to cost more than the radio themselves, unless you're getting a high-end radio. But what we found is most people buy the cheaper radios because they just don't care, or they don't pay attention, or they don't know, or they're just not hip to the game. But it's like if you go and buy a $400 radio, or if you make the mistake and go buy that new cheap Pioneer wireless CarPlay piece of shit, and it's a piece of shit. I mean, it's a straight up Chinese hunk of shit with a Pioneer logo on it. You know, Pioneer is single-handedly just like screw everyone. I don't know why they did this. I mean, is it a value? I mean, there again, personal opinion. Nothing against Pioneer. I love their higher end units, and I wish that's where they'd put their time and effort because they do really good work there. But to come out with this entry level radio that they slap their name on, it's like why?
They're a bit of a different company now, right? They were bought out, and it's like
they're bought out by a Chinese company. So they are a Chinese company now. They're no longer a Japanese company. So they're again the whole the whole thing is changing. And I know if somebody at Pioneer hears this, they're gonna be all pissy at me, and I'll get a phone call tomorrow. Why did you say this? And I'll be like, dude, it's the truth.
Yeah. Don't worry, no one listens to this. Don't worry.
I hope not, because I just don't want to get yelled at again. But it's just depressing. But you get what you pay for on a radio. I mean, the dual stuff, like that guy stepped up his game, man. Like the COVID was the best for them because they were like, we got this, bro. I mean, I was talking to somebody the other day and they're like, dude, our dual sales were killing it. Like, we don't get this stuff back. And I'm like, wait, you sell dual? And he's like, yeah, we sold the hell out of that stuff. I was like, really? He goes, yeah, it's badass. And I was like, two things I never thought would be in the same sentence.
They're on to you.
Yeah, I know. It's rough. Everyone used to say 6x9s were SQ, then 6.5s, and it's still true today. I don't remember anyone even saying 6x9s were used to say 6x9s were lower SQ. Yes, okay, everyone. Oh yeah. Oh, the whole round versus
that was prevalent, dude. Thing. That was super prevalent. I remember.
Oh, I'm not gonna do a 6x9. I need a 6.5 because sound waves are round.
Oh yeah.
What?
Well,
what cone of commercial? What cartoon are you watching? When you look at a dispersion pattern of a speaker,
right?
I don't. It's not necessarily round. It's not like it's this cone of.
Well, they also told you that the square subs send square waves, and that's a clip signal, my friend.
No, remember that? Square waves. It's square waves. Yeah.
It's
triangles.
Right, triangle waves are the worst.
Bazooka triangles.
That was the worst waves.
I think that's one of those topics that they're just gonna beat themselves up with, and all I can speak to is my experience. In my experience, a 6x9-inch mid bass done properly is a beautiful speaker. You get more out of that. Now, the problem that you run into is that there's no such thing as a Focal KRX2 6x9-inch mid bass, you know. So they tap out real early on in the buying process. Like Morel makes a pretty decent pair of 6x9s.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like the US had to buy every pair of those in order for Morel to make that speaker for us. Cause I'm like, dude, can we get like a hybrid 6x9? You know, just 6x9 mid bass and a hybrid 3.5. And like that MM2 mid range that they make is like fucking amazing. I'm like, I mean, with Morel technology, we'll never get anything smaller than a 4-inch. That, like, I mean, so they're working on a 3.5, so they tell me. But I'm like, okay, just hopefully it's just a mid bass, and there's a small tweet or something. Because like when you look at the 4-inch that we've been playing with, dude, the cone is like a 1/2 inch with that giant ass tweeter in the center. It's like, how does this work? But you know, the 6x9 gives you a better mid bass. So it's like if you're in a budget system and you're not wanting to spend let's say you don't want to spend $750 on a set of 6.5 inch to get that, you know, big motor structure. Well, then buying a set of $350 or $400, which is, like I said, about where they tap out 6x9s, you're going to get that bass. You're going to get that good deep mid bass. So it's totally worth it.
Well, when I remember hearing it, I think people were like, I kind of think there was people putting like Krakow or even some of the nicer back in the day 6x9s, like the Southern Vegas, but then also adding tweeters on top, and they'd be like, that's what, you know,
well, that was the thing. You couldn't just buy like a 6x9-inch mid bass. They were always triaxles or coaxials or 5-ways or 4-ways or 3-ways, and just big orgy speakers. You know, it was funny because the guy. So the rumor goes the guy who invented the Pioneer IB flat subwoofer, which was a revolutionary flat driver, it used an air pocket to as a suspension. He was the same guy that had to invent or had to create the 5-way Pioneer. So he invented the 5-way Pioneer, and that was kind of like his thing that he hated about himself. So when he got tapped to create the IB flat, that's why we got such a good product, was because he was like,
I'm done with this.
I'm done with this. Like, I am never doing that again.
Did you ever cut the mid-range and tweeter out of a 6x9 just to use it as a 6x9 mid bass?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I think everyone done that because I was like, these tweeters and mid-range suck, but I like the bass that I can get from the 6x9.
I had to do that. I want to say I did that last year in a Porsche. We had a 4-inch array that we needed. And the only thing we could get was a coaxial. And I was like, this sucks. So I pulled it apart, unscrewed the tweeter array from it, moved it over to the side because what was happening is the tweeter array was sticking out too far. But I had room to the left because it was a component set. So we just redesigned the whole speaker, and there we go. Boom. It was a rear speaker. Everyone was happy. Saved the day.
Well, special shout out, you know, to Pioneer for the late 90s 6x9. They were the king of the best you can get for this money. It was like definitely Pioneer, as far as I remember.
We sold a shit ton of Alpine back then. That was kind of our go-to brand. Like we had like 50 pairs of speakers on display, but we only sold Alpine. I was like, why? You know, it was like everyone gets Alpine art. You know, and the problem was like the R type has always been the headache speaker because it was like it would be like too big to fit in anything, then sounded like crap, and then they finally put a Neo motor structure on it. It was like, oh, we can finally put in stuff. And then this year they took the Neo motor structure off because neodymium is so expensive. So now they're going back to regular magnets, and it's like, okay, so is this stuff going to fit in anything? You know, it's like, you know, that's what's cool about the hybrid from Morel is that, and it's funny, the Maximus, which is now the Maximo HE, it uses the hybrid motor structure on it. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't
know
that.
It's a standard magnet with a second magnet glued on top, which is Neo. Right. So it's the only that was that's one of those things where you go like, why is that speaker $299? Because its motor structure actually costs more. It's the most expensive thing in that. You know, it's like, well, the tweeter is, but I mean, it's like they put a lot of technology into that driver that isn't in the Maximo line.
Right.
So it's like that's the go-to. Like that is the best value Morel speaker you're gonna get. Like with the technology that's in it, the sound quality you get, it's incredible. But yeah, that actually uses the the hybrid magnet structure in it. So it's pretty cool.
I still got a brand new branded box that I haven't opened. I need to though. I need to put those to work. I will check them out.
Just buy those $100 cabinets from Dayton. From
Dude, you're joking, but that's literally the plan.
I'm not joking. I'm not joking, dude. Dude, we're gonna do that with every pair of speakers we have to test now.
Yeah.
Like if they won't fit in Fernando's car, I'm buying boxes.
Yeah.
It's like, and then after we take them out, if they have passive crossovers that we didn't use, we're just gonna buy a set of those boxes and set them on the shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not? They sound awesome.
Might as well do it. They're cheap enough. So I did put up a poll. I put a poll.
I love polls.
And it's going to kind of roll into our topic. So the poll is, and I've been just doing the chat polls. I like these better because we get to see what these people in chat are thinking. It's what do you want most out of your subwoofer? Here's the choices: output, low lows, not just regular lows, low lows, control, or balance. So
I mean, I want output. I want output. I want it to just fucking be loud.
Yeah. So, right now, leading the pack. Which one do you think's leading the pack?
The dumbest one on there, whatever the dumbest one is. You know, the one that's the lie.
The control.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, control at 33%.
The one that nobody actually wants.
Yeah,
dude. There's not, dude.
But they want to say they want it.
Yeah. So we just got done doing a Hellcat that we didn't talk about at all. It was in the background the other day when we were working on it, and I didn't want to talk about it. It wasn't anything big. It was just we were just doing a Kenwood system in it, using the DSP amplifier that's end of life, and so it wasn't it was full Kenwood Exelon system. It was really nice, except for you had to have the JL corner sub, the stealth box. And I was like, I mean, if that's what you want, we'll get it for you. But
yeah,
really? And he's like, gotta have it. I was like, okay, it's fine. So we got it. It lasted 3.5 hours.
Did he smoked it?
3.5 hours. Dude. Dead as could be. I'm like, tried to tell you. It's like, dude, he had the Harman Kardon system in there. It's got 2 10-inch subwoofers in the spare tire well. This thing pounds.
Yeah.
Pounds. And I'm like, that ain't going to do it. That'd be plenty. It's what I want. I've had them in every car. Okay.
Yeah. You're fixing to find something out. Well, what'd you get him in then? What's he in now?
We're working on it. We're gonna come up with plan B, Hey, sometimes you got to break a few, things and figure out that.
Well, and often those like the JL stealth boxes, super dope. The way they design them, thinking about them, but they're often meant for like factory replacement type sound.
Yes, yeah. They're not always. It's kind of like the SV. What is it? The SSV stuff or whatever. Kicker makes all that stuff too.
Yeah.
And it's. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's for what it's made for. It plugs in. It's supposed to be factory installed options from the car dealership.
Yeah.
It's just all plug and play stuff, and it sounds good. It does what it needs to do. And we can buy the stuff. We tried to, but we were unsuccessful with it.
Yeah.
So
sometimes when you want the low lows, you gotta give up a little space. Get the low lows.
You gotta give up all the space, man.
Get up all the space. Which the low lows came in absolutely dead last at 17% of the vote, which is kind of crazy.
I could see that. I mean, what do you got it tuned to?
Yeah.
The earth. I have it tuned to the resonant frequency of the earth.
To the ground.
It's just
the dirt.
Yeah.
Balance and output tied for third place. Third and fourth.
Yeah, I just want output. I've never, I never have I sat in a car. Oh, the subwoofers are so balanced with the system.
Dude, I actually despise it when it's too balanced, especially like in an SQ car. And I'm just talking to like, what amp do you have in here? Oh, it's a KX 2400, and it's like, why can't I hear the subwoofer?
What is it doing?
Yeah.
Oh, it's putting the bass in the kick panel.
So,
Was it in the trunk? Yeah. Well, rattle that bitch.
yeah, let's hear
You
it.
know?
Let's hear some floppy
Dude,
floppy. Yeah.
fucking kick the gorilla out. Let's have some fun.
Yeah.
Let's get naked and run around and yeah.
Well, see, I thought my pick would be a surprise to folks as output, but you know,
dude, if I'm putting a subwoofer in a car, I want it to. It's why there's a volume knob. Sometimes you feel like it, sometimes you don't.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I mean, if you're trying to SQ, obviously you're not going to have your subwoofer up all the damn way. But the whole point for me of having a subwoofer is like, I want to make some noise. I want to feel it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's why I like bass competitions, because I just sit there and marvel at it and go, "Wow, you took this really far."
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Can you dial it back like 10 and just call that cool? I want that middle. I want that daily driver, man. I just
me too.
I just want it. I don't, when I had the kicker truck, as you know how stupid that was.
Right.
And like I drove around town with it just fucking pounding, like, because I had it for 3 days before we left.
Yeah.
So I took it to work every day, and I took the long way home, and I just beat it all the way home. And I went the other way so that people wouldn't know where I was going. But I mean, I had a blast with that. But even that was like, Jesus, this is 615s. Jesus, this is nuts. Yeah,
he never did. He never turned it up. It was like you in wherever you were. Europe, yeah.
Hey, man, I mean, and I was asking him, and I don't think it was lost in translation, because I'm like, all right, it's 5 o'clock, it's Friday, you had a bad day, week's over. What's your song? What's your go-to?
Yeah.
One guy played me this Viking shit that was really cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I have no idea what they're saying. I mean, this is legit, like How to Train Your Dragon type shit.
Yeah.
And holy crap. But still,
we got a maintenance man. We got a maintenance man at work that plays, like, he will either play you like Hank Williams Sr.
Oh, they all play that crap.
Or like Norwegian death metal that you feel like you're being possessed as it's playing. So he's just totally, dude, he is way off the reservation.
I was sitting in a truck one day with Nick Wingate.
Yeah.
And Nick, as you guys, if you've ever watched us interview him or you've ever seen me talk to him, Nick is very passionate about music. He's the real deal. Like, this guy is the real fucking deal. Like, he just breathes this shit. And he goes, dude, you got to hear this. And he started playing me this recording of Elvis that they found. And it's this gospel shit. And it's like recorded in like mono. And it's like they remastered it. And he was so excited to have gotten this recording. And and I'm just listening to it. I'm like, please make it stop. Please. And he's just telling me all about it. And I'm like, but that's where these SQ guys geek out, man. They just it's like, dude, did you hear that? It's like, no,
dude, I'm guilty too. Like, I got on CD the remastered Robert Johnson tapes that he recorded back in, I don't even remember the date, but it truly sounds bad, but it sounds like good. I know you don't know what I mean.
No, I don't.
Right.
Best thing about gray hair, bass drop, yeah, oh yeah, oh for sure, for sure.
Yeah, roll up next to him and be like, hey, look at this old guy right here.
Oh, dude, and dude, when we had the quad box in Haley's car, that's what we were doing, man.
Right.
That's weird. I mean, yeah, you're not giving me 4 fucking 12s with 2400 watts, and then be like, oh, be timid. Fuck that, man.
Well, that thing
Roll the
will destroy
sunroof
your
back. We're
car.
going to town. Yep.
That thing, because I just seen Andy post. He's already destroying his wife's car.
Mm-hmm.
The little clicky button pieces has fallen down, and
Oh yeah, yeah. It'll
it's
break
not
your
looking
car.
good. It's not looking good.
It's not a no. No, it's not. I mean, God, well, I mean, just look at all the SPL cars, man. I mean,
oh yeah,
the shit just falls apart. I
look
mean,
look at Scott's car, his
with
truck.
all the broken metal everywhere.
Just like the whole floor panel is like there's a bad situation going on, and
that's called. You know how to fix that, right? You need a stop sign.
There you go. Yeah,
Stop sign.
why
Fix
not?
that right up, man. Just
why not? He's been welding on it. He's got the back doors welded up.
Panel bond, a stop sign right in there. Problem solved every time, man.
Hey, dude, it still looks super nice on the outside. So when if he ever goes to resell it, and they're gonna start seeing like all these welded, like what happened here?
Dude, he ain't never gonna sell that thing. Why would you sell it? I mean,
no.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you got to. I mean, I can't tell you how many times in some of these back in the day, I'd pull back the frickin', pull back the carpet and there'd be a street sign stuck up underneath there. And you're just like, how do you drive this thing?
Listen, he's made a choice and he's just gonna ride it out. That's what's gonna happen. So for our topic today, I figured we should talk about what people should consider when buying a subwoofer. And I figured you can do it maybe from the perspective as you're talking to somebody, like you're feeling them out. How are you feeling them out? Do you kind of know what they want by talking to them? Do you suggest things to them or?
Okay. Believe it or not, the subwoofer is usually the last thing I care about. I know that seems weird, but what I hear a lot of the times is someone will be like, they'll pull in with the most unsuspecting car. Like, there's no way. The first thing they'll say is, I don't want the neighborhood to know I'm bouncing down the street. And I'm like, are you? And the guy will be younger than me, and I'll just look at him and go like, get off my lawn. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
And I'll look at him and be like, I wasn't planning on doing that. I don't think that's gonna be a problem. Like you're not gonna be breaking windshields and but okay. So when I'm consulting a person, a client, a future client about bass, because there's always that point.
Right.
We have to go out to the car and we have to kind of get a feel for what's going on. Where is the subwoofer gonna go? So like if it's going in the trunk, if it's going underneath the seat, is it going behind the seat? It's going in the corner. And then you kind of, you have to kind of figure out, like, feel them out. That's kinky, but you have to feel them out and be like, okay, how much room are you willing to give up here? How is this? Because the subwoofer, as we say in our videos, is everything is a compromise. Okay. If you want bass, you got to take up space. The less space you take up, the less bass you have. But the subwoofer has to fit with your lifestyle. And then you have to have a reasonable expectation of what the subwoofer is going to do. So if you're like, I don't want to take up any space, and I say, no problem. Let me show you some down-firing subwoofer enclosures that'll go back here. Take them in, show them the kicker stuff, L7T or a Comp RT. And it's like, and I'll literally stand on top of the box and be like, you can put whatever you want on here. And if it's something that they're going to be doing bad things, we have those same boxes made that are rhino lined, not from Kicker, from a third party. And it's like, so, be like, hey, like, for example, like, had a girl come in, we'll say at some point, she had a regular short two-door Jeep. Right. I gave her shit about that because I was like, why do you have who has a two-door
Like, who does? They make these still?
Yeah, like, are you? I love my two-door Jeep. I'm like, you're the only one. And she knows I was fucking with her. And so Paul was going to sell her the rear door thing. And I'm looking at her Jeep and I'm like, all right, so what do we do with this thing? And she's like, I do this. And I said, okay. I said, so when this box goes on your back door, it's this deep. I said, so like when you close this, that means you're going to have between the seat and that box, you're going to have like this much space. She's like, oh. I go, right. So that's not going to work for your lifestyle. And she's like, oh, well, what should I do? And I'm like, well, we can do this downfiring box and we can put it off to the side. It's not going to give you as much bass. However, you'll still have room for all your beach chairs and balls and bags and this, that, and the other. And she's like, okay, so what am I giving up? I'm like, you're giving up volume, but your lifestyle is, she's like, oh no, I like that idea because I can live without this in order to do this. But then on the opposite side of the coin, the guy comes in, he's like, I want to do, and I'm like, all right, well, we need to take up all this room. I don't want to do that. All right, well, then what conversation are we having?
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, it's, I mean, and the idea is, so anytime you're talking with somebody, they usually have an idea. And then it's trying to figure out
how you can make them happy.
How reality and your idea is going to come together.
Right. Well, because people that get the downfiring box, I think, like the guy with the JL audio that you talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Like you have to have a reasonable expectation of what that's going to do because it's not meant to be a legit ground pounding system. It's just meant to give you some bass.
No, it's a 12W3.
Right.
It's not like we're putting in a 12W6, a W7, it's like, it's not that guy.
No, because if you're putting in a W7, it'd be like $1,000 because they're expensive.
Very
nice subwoofers,
dude. It's just the woofer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You've seen how much those stealth boxes cost.
Yeah,
right?
That's what I'm saying. Just
they're a shiny penny.
Yeah,
really shiny, rare penny.
Nothing from JL Audio is cheap.
No, they are extremely proud of those, and they should be. I mean, they're all hand built. The JL doesn't mess around. But yeah. So I mean, when it comes to that, it's always just a matter of listening to the customer, and trying to get a feel for what they want, and listening to their stereo. So my job is to put that together. It's like, what do you want to do? What is the reality? And it's like, let me hear what you're expecting, and or let me get a feel for it. What kind of music you listen to? Because nothing sucks worse than some guy that goes, no, I just want a little subwoofer, and then the first thing they do is grab some super high, EDM shit, and they're just in there, and it's like, whoa. I've had to sit there and go, whoa, what are you doing?
That's not what we talked about.
My buddy told me to play this bass track. Stop right now. Do you listen to this type of music?
No. I feel like slapping their hands.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, why the hell are you listening to it then? Because you don't listen to this. You told me you don't listen to this, and now you're gonna play this? No, this isn't what this was designed for. We're not playing how loud can we make the pickup truck today game. All right, because we put an 8-inch sub behind the back seat. It doesn't do this. Okay, and if it does it at this volume.
Yeah.
If you want this to be this, we need to start over because you lied to me.
Yeah,
I don't like people that lie to me.
Do you ever look through their EQ settings and see like where they're at? Like,
Oh yeah, of course. I'll ask. I'll say, can I play the stereo for me? Let me hear how it sounds, and I'll get on there. What the fuck? How do you get to the radios? Whoa. And it's like, and they'll all be up all the way, and you look at them and go, you realize that's not how this works, right? Like, you really can't do that. Well, it just sounded so bad. And this sounds better. It's not how it works. It's not how any of this works.
Yeah. I unfriend you. That's not how this works.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, it's a different world, man. It's a different world. But bass heads are tough, man. Bass heads are tough. That's all I gotta say.
I suspect not like a bunch of true bass heads are coming in for an install.
Every now and then we'll get a bass head that'll just be like, I want all this stuff and I want this, and you're like, okay, sure,
right.
And sometimes if they're researched bass heads that have actually done the homework and like know what they want, then it's great. But if they're just like these internet trolls that really don't know shit and they listen to everybody telling them everything, those guys, you just stab me in the eyes. It's like, I don't think we're a right fit for you. You're not good at this.
Well, when
you're gonna bug me a lot.
When they want to just check the boxes, because this guy said it.
If you're looking for headphones with a lot of bass, probably a closeback. I don't know. I don't like
what kind of headphones. If you're looking for in-ear monitors, I would point you towards the V-Moda in-ear monitors, or Velodyne makes some called the V-Pulse that are very hard to find now. Those have a ridiculous amount of in-ear bass. They tickle your ears.
I don't want that much bass when I'm listening.
No, me neither. No.
Yeah.
Have some with a bass shaker on it or something?
Alpine made the Aura bass shakers, so they had a bass shaker here. Fernando has them. I gave them to him because I absolutely hated them.
Yeah.
But they rattle the whole top of your head. It's pretty insane. You could probably find those for like $25. It's funny. I have a ton of headphones, obviously, but I don't think I ever really. I'm not looking I want a balanced system. I'm not listening to at that point, just get some Dre's, bruh.
Yeah, well, these right here too have quite a bit of bass. So
yeah. Oh, she loves those. She stole those.
Yeah, I can't.
The kickers.
Yeah, the Crush and the Cush.
Yeah, Haley acquired. She borrowed those when we went on the flight to Hawaii, and she's never getting them back.
Yeah, which I mean, if you like bass, they got them in spades.
Yeah. I have for flying now. I use the Sonys, the 1000 Mark IVs. They just came out with
the really nice noise canceling.
They are phenomenal. Yeah. The only thing I don't like is the buttons because there are none. It's just like touchpad. It drives me crazy.
Headphones with a bass knob.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, hey, smaller drivers, smaller magnets, you get more bass out of that, man. I mean, why not? Kind of get what you pay for. I mean, these are these shitty Grados that were like $99, but I absolutely hate them. My really nice pair of headphones that I used to edit with died, and that sucked. Yeah. That broke my heart because they don't make.
Do you have any of the Sony MDRs? The ones that everybody use for reference headphones.
No.
The MDR 6s. They're literally 30 years old, but they still make them. I have some, but I hate them. I just don't like the way they. I don't like to have things on my ears. I'd rather have them in my ears.
I want them around my ears.
Yeah.
I want big cups. I want. I want big pads.
Yeah.
These were nice. These sound great, but
those look like the ones you put on your head when you're going to the gun range.
Yeah. Well, no, and that exactly. No, you're right. These are Dakoni Blues, made by Fostech. Dakoni is the pad manufacturer. Fostech makes that's kind of their thing. So here's another set of Fostechs here. Because I don't know why not, but this style here they make in a ton of different. People buy these and mod the shit out of them.
Yeah.
They make an all wood pair of these, which are really cool. Dean loves big cups. He cannot lie. Oh no shit.
Have you heard the Apple? Have you heard the Apple ones? I wonder what they actually sound like.
They sound like $500 for some really cheap looking headphones.
I know. The case looks like a bra holder too. Did you see the case they send with it? It's
yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna buy the Sony Mark V's, the 1000 Mark V's.
Yeah.
I'll probably buy those before we go on our next couple of trips.
Yeah.
And then I'll graduate the 4s over to Fernando. Because it's here you go.
Yeah, here you go. You upgraded, so you get upgraded.
Yeah. I mean, I still have the Sennheiser Pink Floyds.
Yeah.
That they're always in my backpack. I always have them with me. So if I need a set of headphones, they're there. But the Sonys are really nice.
Yeah. The
sucky thing is I wish I could put them in my ears and be content, because the glasses are what get me. This whole, it starts to, after 4 or 5 hours with headphones on, it's if they're not big and cushiony. Like the ones I edit with have big cushions and they feel great.
I feel like you're either a can guy or you. There's not one person that doesn't matter to them.
Some people like on-ears too. Like these are on-ears, and I hate them.
I hate on-ears as well.
Yeah,
that's the only ones.
Yeah,
I just can't abide with the on-ears.
Dean listened to sticks. What I want to get is stacks, not sticks. Stacks are electrostatics. So that's kind of like the end game for me is get a set of stacks or some electrostatic speakers. Planars are the closest thing that will work in a normal environment. So a lot of the headphones I have are planar. I don't like regular speaker headphones; they're just boring.
Yeah,
electrostatics are fucking awesome, but then you have to have an exciter to play them. So it's not like you're walking around with a set of electrostatics on, because you need an exciter preamp in order to get them to go. So it's like, yeah, hold on, let me carry my car battery with me. Yeah, bougie fake audiophiles. But hey, it's a headphone.
I may switch to, like, right now for noise canceling headphones, I use the Beats Studio Buds because they have noise canceling. It's not great noise canceling, but it works. But I've kind of been thinking about doing the new Pros.
Dude, everybody I know that has them loves them.
Yeah, I might do that.
And I think I've even bought a pair or two for other people.
Yeah,
I just have the shitty ones that look like cum drops coming out of my ears. Like we bought a set of those because I think we bought them at Christmas time because they were like $99, and it's like we just keep them at work and like we take them to travel with, just in case. And like sometimes like when Fernando's walking around on the floor, he'll put one in his ear in case I need to call him or something.
Yeah.
And it always looks funny because I'm like, dude, you gotta take that out of your ear.
Something about Mary.
It looks so bad, and But, a nice set of headphones. I mean, if I was somebody that was going to recommend somebody to buy a nice set of headphones, I would look at where, it's just like looking at what subwoofer you're going to buy. Where's it going to go? So in a headphone, where are you going to listen to it at? Is there people, are people going to be around you while you're listening to your headphones? Because that's important. Because a lot of people don't know they make open back and closed back headphones. And an open back headphone in a room with no people in it is fucking awesome, because the spaciousness that you get from, think of it, it's basically an infinite baffle headphone.
Right.
And that it couples to the side of your head, and then it uses the room, and you're going to get some of the ambient noise into it because it's just a speaker. And they're just so immersive because they just get so big sounding. But if there's anyone in the room, it's the backside of the speaker.
Yeah.
So they're immediately going, "Hey, what the fuck? Turn that shit down." And it's like, "Oh, you can hear that?" Yeah, I'm looking right at the speaker. And it's like, "Oh, my bad." I'm trying to see, I have a pair here somewhere, but
it's me, Andrew. I'm here, and I'm into car audio, and I don't care about home audio. It's me.
Well, it's just all right. Sorry, my bad. And
no,
it's not home audio. It's just headphones.
No. I think he was just saying as like a general, because most people that are in home car audio are into home audio that I've met of some sort. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's the argument for a car audio guy to have a really nice set of headphones.
Reference.
100%. You got it. Nailed it. You guys are trying to tune cars. You're trying to get cars to sound good. You're trying to do all this crap, and you have no idea what it's actually supposed to sound like.
Yeah.
A good set of headphones or a good set of monitors will do that. If you've never heard an accurate center image or what a center image is supposed to sound like, a nice set of monitors will answer that question for you. So if you're trying to obtain the ha in your car and you have no idea what ha is, you just end up with hey.
Right.
But, it's not cool. So I have some open ear Sennheisers. They sound good, but aren't very not very bass heavy. So for Sennheisers, just to experiment, they make the 600 series,
Yeah.
So I bought a set of open back, and because they make both open and closed back in the same series.
Yeah.
So I just bought both because I was like,
just to see.
Just to see, because it's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. I just about to spend it all. I'm Dean.
So
this is what
like,
I
what
do.
are you doing? I'm like, I'm just doing an experiment.
Even when I'm editing, I will often just use these, but there are times when I need to put like a reference set on or something that's better. So like these are okay. I don't think you're gonna get the same sound out of these as you will some over the years. So I do have like a nice pair of Hi-Fi Man HE 400s that I use for stuff like that. But to me, it's only if I need to get to my new, like if there's something going on in the audio and I can't figure it out, then that's when I got to bring in the switch. But the problem with those are they're harder to drive. So when I plug them in, I'm literally having to like turn the volume literally all the way up.
Right.
So, and it's still about half the volume that these are.
Yeah. So I right now use Mesa, MEZA, something like that.
Yeah.
Really, yeah, they're really nice. Closed back, wood cup. Wood cup. I think they're the Mesa Classics, I think is what they're called.
Yeah.
They're really cool. They make them in like 3 different colors, and I kept trying to order a specific color, and they kept sending me the wrong ones, and I was like, fuck it! Don't care.
Yeah.
Well, so the problem with the headphone amp is when you're editing like this is that most people don't have a headphone amp. So you want a kind of middle of the road headphone that feels good and is more than likely what people are going to be listening to it on,
and I'm also editing on an iPad, which makes that
really hard,
damn near impossible.
Yeah, really hard for sure.
Yeah.
I tell you, the new Rode headphones,
they're
like, I don't know, $120 or something stupid.
Yeah, they're pretty cheap. They're pretty cheap.
Dude, they're awesome.
I've seen the videos, but I didn't know.
We bought 2 pair.
Really?
Oh yeah, that's because we were using the German Maestro Iasca certified headphones, reference headphones, but it's like your fucking 8th grade Spanish class headphones, and which no one gets the reference to that probably, but they just feel like crap, and the pads are shitty, and so I was like, I'm either gonna have to spend money and get better pads, or just go buy a better feeling headphone. So I was like, I'm gonna just go buy a better feeling headphone.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna have them on your head the whole time, you gotta have something decent.
Yeah. So
what?
David Bowie is at the end of the labyrinth port. Jesus.
Oh man, I gotta pop in. I got a copy. So what you got coming up then? What you got?
Nothing. Not a damn thing.
Nothing.
We got some good shows. I mean, Saturday I'm bringing in a friend of ours, a guy by the name of Jay Cook from Columbus Car Stereo, or Columbus Car Audio. I think it's Columbus Car Stereo. I don't know, Columbus, Ohio. He's their head sales guy there. Yeah. And we're just bringing him in to get a different perspective on Q&A. I'm like, hey man, he's seen the show before. And I was like, hey, do you want to come do some Q&A with us? And he's like, yeah, because we give our perspective all the time, and it's cool. But I thought it'd be fun to have another a sales professional give his answers. So we're gonna have him play with us on Saturday. We got the news tomorrow morning. Monday, the industry awards were announced today, meaning the opening of the industry awards were announced today. So installer of the year, all that nonsense is starting today. So we're going to have one of the guys from the MEA on Monday for like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, something like that, to kind of go over that and explain how, for the guys that are in the industry that watch the show, explain how that kind of is going to happen. And then, the week after that, I don't know. I'm still trying to keep track of what day of the week it actually is. And then at some point, Lori and Bart from Kicker will be on a Monday. I don't know if it's the next. I think it's the Monday after that.
And I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like the Thursday after, we'll be here next Thursday, but we'll both be gone the next Thursday. The 29th.
Well, I leave Friday morning, so you might leave Thursday.
Yeah,
you fly out Thursday.
I fly out Thursday.
Yeah, we fly out Thursday morning. So yeah, I'm gonna sleep in my bed as much as I can. I mean, we gotta get up at the crack of fucking dawn to leave.
Dude, I'm telling you, some people love staying in hotels. I don't, man. It doesn't matter how nice it is. Like, I want to sleep in my own bed. I don't know why.
I don't know. I've slept in some really nice hotels.
Yeah,
I have no problem with it. I love the pillows and
plus
the other thing too is the 4 or 5 hours of sleep that I get.
Yeah,
it's fucking wonderful. It's pretty awesome.
I always wake up early at hotels. I don't know,
dude. I keep them as black. We just black as we can. Vegas, man. That curtain never opens, and we just forget where we're at.
Yeah, it's like a casino all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm still in the middle of the subwoofer shootout. We had a delay on one of the subs getting here, so there will be no video this Sunday. It'll have to be delayed too.
Hey, you know what they can do instead of that? Go watch the full Porsche install video.
Yeah, watch it for sure. I watched it all step by step. I didn't watch the full one yet though.
Yeah, so the full one, I sat there and I chapter marked everything.
Yeah.
Hope somebody appreciates that because I didn't.
I do. I really need to do that, but I don't. That's on the list of things.
So some videos it makes sense, like that. Yeah. Those videos it kind of does, but what a pain in the ass.
It is, man. It is.
Oh. God bless the guys that do one video a month that do all that shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Your heroes and saints.
None of us.
Watch Side Jag. We're doing this thing.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This has been the Hi-Fi Vega Network. Another proud show that he's brought you.
Yeah, the best show